We've already selected our domain name. The next step is to choose a web hosting service. You'll need a web hosting service so that your website can go live and people from all over the world can view it. There are very many web hosting services that you can go for, but for a niche site, you really don't need to go for an expensive service. When looking for a web hosting service, there are a couple of things you should keep in mind. So first off, of course, you want to look at the cost. You don't want to go for something that is very, very expensive, given that you're just starting a niche site. We want to keep our cost down. However, just because we're keeping our cost down doesn't mean that we're going to go for a shoddy service. I'm going to give you a list of web hosting service providers that I recommend for a beginner niche site. Apart from the cost, you also want to look at the performance of the company. We're not really talking about their financial numbers, but how their servers are performing. You want to go for a company whose servers are quite fast, because studies have shown that when people go on a website and they find the website is slow, most people are likely to bounce off. And when they do that, that means you're leaving money on the table. So you definitely want to go with a service that offers fast servers. The other thing you want to consider is the customer support. If you're new to making websites, there are a couple of things you are bound to encounter in the course of hosting your website, or perhaps things usually go haywire. Perhaps you get a surge of traffic to your website, the website goes down, or perhaps you need to do something here and there. Perhaps there's some hacking incident on your website. When such things happen, you want to be with a company that will be responsive to your questions. You should be able to contact the company either through phone or email, live chat, or simply by raising a ticket, and the company should be able to address your issues as quickly as possible. The other thing you want to check is scalability. As your website is growing, you might need to upgrade your package to perhaps a larger package because you're adding more content, or perhaps because you're getting more visitors to your website. When that happens, you want to be with a company that will make it easy for you to upgrade your package. Upgrading your package shouldn't really be a big deal. It should only be a matter of you clicking a couple of buttons and your account should be upgraded to whichever package you want. And finally, a quick word about free hosting. In the course of doing your research, you might come across companies that offer free web hosting. Well, my advice to you will be stay away from such companies. It's not that the companies are bad, but generally free hosting comes with a lot of caveats. So for instance, the company might be inserting ads on your website, and this can give visitors a very bad experience. Other things include the company can be having slow servers, and this would be a bad thing for you, because one of the things that Google uses when ranking websites is how fast the website is. If your website is slow, then Google is not going to prefer you over your competitors. And with that said, let's look at a couple of companies that I recommend for buying web hosting for your niche site. So the first company that I recommend, and this is the company that I use for all my websites, is called NameHero. So I've just hopped in on my computer, and you can see you can find them at namehero.com, or simply just use the links in the description section to get to them. So there is the home page of the website, and you can see that their package starts at $2.69 per month. And if you scroll down, you can see the packages that they have. They have a starter cloud package. That's the one that we've just talked about for $2.69. Then you have a plus package for about $5, turbo for about $8, and business cloud for about $12. And you can see the features of each package over there. So for the starter cloud, you can be able to host one website, and they'll give you 1 GB RAM plus unlimited SSD storage, free cPanel, free and auto SSL, free website migrations, and free light speed. You can also check these other packages and see what they have to offer. But if you're just starting your website, I'll totally recommend that you go for the starter cloud package. This is especially if you don't have money for hosting, and also your website hasn't started getting traffic. So you just need to go for the bare minimum package, and from there, when things start rolling and traffic starts coming, then you can upgrade your account to any of these higher packages. So for a start, the smallest package will just do you well. And you can just check their homepage and see what else they have to offer. And I'll log into my backend of one of my websites so that you see how the backend of the account looks like. So here we go. Once you sign up for an account, you'll be given some login details that you can use to log into the backend of your cPanel account. So this is how cPanel looks like. You can see in this section, this is the section where you have things related to emails. So you can create email accounts, you can set up forwarding, email routing, autoresponders, and a couple of other things. Then you have a section for Jet Backup. This is basically backing up your website, and Nemhero offers free backups to your website every week. So that means in case something happens, perhaps your website is hacked or something goes wrong, you can restore your website up to the previous week. Then you have this section for files. Basically, this is the section where you control the files that you're uploading to your website. Then you have a section for databases. This is where you can create any databases that are related to your website, and we'll be creating a database when we set up our website using WordPress. Then this section is all about domains. So you can have some add-on domains, some redirects over here, and things like that. Then metrics. In this section, you can get stats for your website. You can basically see how many visitors are coming to your website and things like that. Then you have a security area where Nemhero really does a great job at protecting your website from getting hacked by malicious third parties. Some web hosting companies will charge you extra for these security features, but Nemhero offers them for free, and that's why I recommend them for any person who's starting to build a website. Then of course you have the software section. This section basically makes it easier for us to install a WordPress site or any other site using any of the other content management systems. For this case, we'll just be using WordPress. You won't need to worry about all these other softwares. You have an advanced section where you can do some virus scanning and things like that. Then you have a preference section where you can just click a couple of things to change how your interface looks like and things like that. Then we also have a couple of free website themes that you can use for your niche site over here. Some more applications over here, but generally this is how cPanel looks like. And it really doesn't matter which company you go with, because as long as the company is offering you cPanel, then your cPanel is going to look exactly like this. So whether you sign up for Nemhero or any of the other companies that I'm going to recommend, your cPanel will just look like this. So this was just to show you a back end of how the cPanel looks like. So apart from Nemhero, the other company that I'll recommend you go for is called Bluehost. Well, Bluehost, you can just go on their website. There it is, and you can see that their smallest package starts at $2.95 per month. It's definitely more expensive than Nemhero, but it's still also a good web hosting, especially for when you're starting a niche site. So you can just go on their homepage and see what they have to offer. And well, basically that's that. You can check their packages, click to learn more and things like that. And finally, apart from Nemhero and Bluehost, then you can also go for the old HostGator. You can find them at hostgator.com, and there they go. You can see their package starts at $2.75 a month, and you can see some of the features that they have. Just check their website and you're going to get all the information that you need. So before you sign up for our web hosting service, just make sure that the company you want to sign up with offers you free cPanel. Some companies will charge you extra for cPanel, but these three companies that I've just recommended, they offer free cPanel. You might have heard people saying Bluehost is not good, HostGator is not good, you should be going up with a service like WP Engine, or maybe you're thinking about going for dedicated servers and things like that. Well, for a start, all those don't matter. When you're starting a niche site, the site is not even getting any traffic. So you shouldn't be paying like $50 a month for just hosting the website. When you're starting, start with the smallest package from Nemhero that goes for $2.69, and then as your website starts to grow and perhaps you start getting some traffic, you can either upgrade to a higher package, or you can even think of getting a dedicated account, or even now going for a VPS hosting or things like that. So don't worry about going for higher priced web hosting services at this time. Remember, the web hosting service is not the one that's going to determine how much traffic you're going to get. No, The traffic will come depending on the niche that you choose, the articles that you write, and the promotion that you do. So the web hosting companies are simply hosting the files of your website. It doesn't mean that if you're going for an expensive package, then your website is going to get tons of traffic. The only time you should go for an expensive package is when you're already getting traffic and your current web hosting package cannot handle the amount of traffic that your website is having. And with that said, just check the link in the description section for a list of about 10 web hosting services that we recommend, and you can choose either of them. It really doesn't matter which one you choose to go with. The most important thing is that you get your domain app and you get a hosting package app. And with that said, let's go to the next video.